Manchester United defender Matthijs de Ligt has endured a difficult international break while playing for the Netherlands. The 25-year-old arrived at Old Trafford this summer from Bayern Munich for €45 million 38.4 million, with a potential further €5 million of 4.2 million in add-ons. De Ligt has made 3 appearances for Erik ten Hag's side so far and started United's last game. A 3-0 defeat at home to Liverpool, and the centre-back endured a difficult evening whilst playing for the Netherlands against Germany in the Nations League. The former Ajax star was replaced at half-time after having a hand in both of Germany's first half goals in Amsterdam, was given another chance, but again made an error that led to a goal before being substituted early in the second half, they said. He cannot continue making errors like this. Explaining his decision to take De Ligt off at half-time against Germany, Netherlands manager Ronald Koeman claimed it was to protect the Man United centre-back. "Of course, I would rather have kept Matthijs de Ligt on the pitch," he told Dutch broadcaster NOS. "It just looks like he is now in a period where all his mistakes are being punished. I gave him a new chance today, but eventually I protected him by taking him off." Koeman also had his say on De Ligt's performance during their 5-2 win over Bosnia and Herzegovina on Saturday, where the United defender made mistakes as well. "We have discussed it," Koeman said in his press conference on Monday before the 2-2 draw against Germany. "He did not get his footwork right. It was a bad individual moment for a defender. You have to learn from that. It is clear that these kinds of moments need to be improved. But we should not be dramatic about it and put too much emphasis on it. If Manchester United's social media accounts reveal an unchanged team from the defeat to Liverpool at 11:15 a.m. on Saturday, then they might want to turn their mentions off. The backlash would be immediate. The scale of the 3-0 defeat 2 weeks ago should lead to changes." It led to one at half-time of that game, when Casemiro was replaced by 20-year-old Toby Collier, making his league debut. It was supposed to spell the end of the Brazilian's Old Trafford career, but there has to be a distinct possibility that Erik ten Hag does indeed pick the same team for this weekend's game with Southampton, however unpalatable that may be to supporters, and however badly he might want to make changes. There are a few positions that could be under threat, but maybe only 1 or 2 that are realistically going to result in a change. Matthijs de Ligt endured a nightmare international break, and his confidence must have been damaged, but ten Hag has backed his former Ajax captain, and it's hard to envisage him dropping him. Then there is Alejandro Garnacho's latest social media faux pas, liking a post that included Cristiano Ronaldo's quote, criticising ten Hag. Will the United manager let that slide, or will his disciplinarian streak kick in? In a team short on goals, he probably needs the Argentine winger. On performances, the 2 most likely candidates to lose their place are Casemiro and Marcus Rashford. The latter was actually one of the better attacking performers against Liverpool, despite the criticism he received from the stands at Old Trafford. Ahmad has played well recently, but it would be something of a surprise if Rashford didn't keep his place. The most likely change is Casemiro making way for 42 million signing Manuel Ugarte, despite the Uruguayan only returning to Carrington from international duty on Thursday afternoon. Ten Hag has preached caution about the time it will take to get the 23-year-old up to speed, but he is banking on him improving a porous midfield. Ugarte is one of 3 players that Ten Hag will hope can transform his side's fortunes over the next month. The ongoing absence of a specialist left-back continues to be a weakness, while Rasmus Højlund is likely to offer a sharper edge to the attack than Joshua Zirkzee. Luke Shaw and Højlund are progressing very well, according to Ten Hag, but neither are in contention to face Southampton. Shaw hasn't played for United since February 18th, and Højlund managed only 13 minutes in pre-season. Both will expect to be playing again before the October international break, and they could certainly improve this side, along with the aggression and energy Ugarte will bring to midfield. Ten Hag badly needs to see that improvement. Inside Carrington, the staff and players have looked beyond the results and banked on the improved performances they have delivered this season, eventually paying them back. They can't afford too many more early season slip-ups, however. To avoid that, Ten Hag will hope to integrate a left-back, holding midfielder and striker into his team shortly. Sure, Ugarte and Højlund could make a difference. Hey everyone, welcome back again. Manchester United will be targeting a much-needed victory when they travel to Southampton in the Premier League on Saturday lunchtime. United, who won their most recent visit to St Mary Cap S, winning 1-0 in August 2022, were beaten 3-0 by Liverpool at Old Trafford last time out. That marked a second successive defeat, having been beaten 2-1 by Brighton and Hove Albion 8 days earlier. As a result, United amassed just 3 points from their opening 3 matches, meaning they have spent the international break 14th in the table. Ahead of this weekend's long trip south, United manager Erik Ten Hag has confirmed the game will come too soon for both Luke Shaw and Rasmus Højlund. However, deadline day signing Manuel Ugarte is in contention to make his debut. With that said, here is all the very latest on the United injury front ahead of what promises to be a demanding few weeks. Euro, who joined United from Lille in the summer transfer window, fractured his metatarsal in the opening game of the club's pre-season tour of the United States. He required surgery, and it is still thought he may be sidelined for up to 3 months. Lindelof, who is out of contract at Old Trafford next summer, was taken off at half-time in United's final pre-season friendly against Liverpool in South Carolina last month and has not featured since. Speaking ahead of the defeat to Brighton 3 weeks ago, Ten Hag said, "He has an issue on his toe. Hopefully he can return quickly, but not available." The United manager did not speak about him during this afternoon's Thursday press conference. United confirmed Shaw would miss the start of the season, just 3 days before their Premier League opener against Fulham last month. The club said in a statement the left-back was working hard on his rehabilitation, with a view to returning after the first international break of the season. However, the trip to St Mary's will come too soon for the England international. Speaking this afternoon, Ten Hag said, "Rasmus Højlund and Luke Shaw are progressing very well but not ready. He last played for United on February 18th, starting the 2-1 win over Luton Town at Kenilworth Road. Malacia has been sidelined for more than a year because of a knee injury, meaning he last featured for United in any capacity on the final day of the 2022-23 Premier League season against Fulham. He has been working hard on his rehabilitation programme, and Ten Hag, at the start of August, said his fellow countryman could be back in contention within the next couple of months. The United manager said he is not that far off, but he is now in a progress situation. At a relatively short notice, he can again return into team training and then into team performance in games. I think it would be possible to be available again in 2 months. Last week he was included in United's 25-man squad for their upcoming Europa League campaign, suggesting he is closing in on a return. Ugarte returned to Carrington today after representing Uruguay over the international break and could make his debut at St Mary Cap S. He played for his country as recently as Tuesday, starting their goalless draw with Venezuela while suffering from a fever. However, he has seemingly shaken off that complaint and will be available for selection on Saturday. Ten Hag said, "Manuel Ugarte, you will have seen he played for Uruguay. He returned this afternoon. He was the only player who returned today, the rest yesterday, so he is available for this game." Mount, ahead of the defeat to Liverpool, issued an update on social media, revealing he had suffered a minor muscle issue. As a result, he would face another spell on the sidelines. He suffered the blow in the defeat at Brighton and said that he expects to be unavailable for a few games. Højlund suffered a hamstring injury in the opening game of United's pre-season tour of the United States, being forced off just minutes after scoring in the 2-1 defeat to Arsenal. As outlined above, the trip to St Mary's will come too soon for him. The next available opportunity for him to potentially make his comeback will be against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday.